Here I go again, the ultimate in the car jam. Pretty cool. Yo, what's up? Bob here. Welcome to the Bob Bradley YouTube channel. That's right, folks. Summer is in full effect. It is hot, muggy, thick, humid out there. That said, I did manage to get out and go look for some records. An influx of imports have hit the town, and I've been at all the various spots, gone to some events, really great, and found some of these import records. I don't know who's getting rid of them. I don't really care. I grabbed the ones I needed and left the others behind. So without further ado, let's get started. I was down at the undisclosed location, and I noticed there were several new sellers there with some pretty nice things. The first thing that I found was this, a saucer full of secrets. I have this record, of course, but this one is a German pressing EMI. Pretty nice, very clean, nice record. Paid about $25 for this. And let me tell you, if you ever wanted to hear the musings of Syd Barrett and the Pink Floyd guys like the Germans did, this is a nice way to do it. In particular, Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun is quite spectacular on here. Really cool. I'm going to A-B it against whatever I have. I probably have like a first US. So I'm going to see which one I like better, and I might let the other one go. I'm not sure yet, but I may just keep it. This is really clean, really nice. Not too bad. $25-ish mark. I couldn't leave it behind. Over to the half-price books, where a large collection had dropped with a lot of Brazilian pressings. In particular, almost every Beatles album. They were all 80s pressings, Brazilian, digitally remastered, so didn't get any of that. I did get this. The, I believe, second Rolling Stones record, the Rolling Stones #2, bam, on Decca. This is a UK red label. It's like a few pressings down the line, but it's pretty nice, very clean. 20 bucks. I didn't have any Stones UK pressings, so I thought, how can you go wrong? Opens up with Everybody Needs Somebody to Love. Great track. You know, the thing about the Stones, everybody wants to compare them to the Beatles all the time and all that kind of business, but most of the early Stones is a lot of cover tunes, old blues songs and things like that. So they do come off a bit grittier than the Beatles, 99% of the time. While I was there, I noticed a super clean copy of the Beatles blue, like, what are we going to call this? Compilation record, greatest hits, whatever. This is the 67 through 1970, so it's all the later material, which is more in my wheelhouse, I would say. And, I hear great things about the German pressings from just about everyone. I thought, well, this might be a good way to dip my toes into the German Beatles pressings by getting this blue one. Has this cool German label. Here's the deal, man. If you ever doubted the writing brilliance of the Beatles, you just put this on and that just washes away. It's a nice smattering of the late Beatles, and first of all, McCartney. Just what a fantastic singer. Incredibly emotive. Lennon, an incredible writer, great singer. They're all great singers, right? That's the secret of the Beatles' success, is 4 guys who can sing and play, right? They don't have one threat. They got all of them are threats. So that helps a lot. That said, this is just a fantastic comp. If you have friends over or if it's late in the evening and you just want to put on some jams, this is a fantastic vessel for that type of environment and enjoyment. Some low lights, great sounding stereo, and this record will take you far. So we're going back over to the undisclosed location. I'm sorry, but that's just how I can't tell everything. Anyway, I'm looking through one of my favorite spots over there, and I come across this White Album. Yeah, I know, lots of Beatles, right? White Album, UK, unserialized, right? But near mint, probably unplayed, honestly. All the inserts, everything, just really, really nice. I paid up a little bit for this. White Album, possibly my favorite Beatles record, if not my second favorite. It's the ultimate in passive-aggressive band behavior, resulting in spectacular songs and insanely artful output. Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's an incredible record, and most of the songs are absolute masterpieces. The whole package in its entirety is absolutely iconic on a level that we can't even perceive. It is literally a masterstroke from guys that really weren't getting along all that great at the time. So they were all bringing in their own songs and just kind of doing it like that. Not a lot of deep collaboration until they got into the studio. So, you know, whatever. But I've been looking, my old Capitol is blasted. It was a real kind of serviceable copy. It had all the pictures and posters and all that, but it just was noisy. And when I saw this virtually unplayed UK, I thought, yeah, this is probably going to be my exit copy. I'm never going to find a top loader. And if I do, this one won't be hard to move. So I snatched this one up right away. I learned something from PB Thau, Patrick, the vinyl archivist. Even when you see a record that you have, like an iconic title like the White Album, it's best to pick it up and check to see what pressing it might be. It could be an import from the UK. Man, I was excited about that. Now, this record isn't an import. This is a US pressing, a first US pressing. Yeah, I paid up for this record. You don't see it very often, and I kind of wanted it in my collection. Down at half price, it came in with all those Brazilian imports, and I thought, yeah, I gotta have that. It is the second Rodriguez record coming from Reality. We all know Rodriguez now because of the movie Searching for Sugar Man. He blew up at that time and the records became somewhat collectible. Then Rodriguez passes away and they move into a stratosphere that is just out of control. You know, these things are going for hundreds of dollars. On that Sussex label, Cool label, has this cover that is, I guess we're going to call this die cut cover. Pretty decent record. The first song, a super cool psychedelic kind of rock jam. That's easily the best song on the record, right? It is called Climb Up on My Music. It's fantastic. There's a great guitar solo on that tune. And then kind of from there, it gets a little weaker and weaker. The B-side is a B-side, okay? Do you need this record in your collection? If you find it for a good price, I would say do not pay full whack for this. That would be a terrible mistake. This other Rodriguez record, let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, Rodriguez, Cold Fact. This is the better record. Out of these records, I was most excited about the White Album. Fun. I've been looking for a really cool copy of the White Album for my collection for a really long time. I've got that box, and that's nice and everything, but, you know, I wanted something that was more of an original pressing. And sure, if I find an early top loader, serialized, all that stuff, absolutely. But there's so many details that you can go into on the White Album. You know, there are different cuts of the music on the A and B sides of a lot of early pressings and stuff like that. Different mixes, and it can get pretty convoluted and complicated. So I was happy to find this one. It sounds spectacular. It's really, really good. It's really good. I mean, depending on how much you like the Beatles.